Hey guys, this is E with Scrapbooking with me, and I hope you all are doing well today on this Good Friday. I am making some last minute projects for Easter. So this is a little paper purse, paper handbag, whatever you want to call it, this is not my original idea. Usually my ideas are not original. I saw this on 2 or 3 different channels, but I thought it was really cute. It's a pretty sturdy little bag, and I can put lots of goodies in there for an Easter present. So I need to make about 4 or 5 of these, and I've got one done so far, and I thought I would make one on video with you. This is using just some green cardstock that I had, and the Lawn Fawn, Let's Polka in the Meadow collection. It's very, very cute papers. I love the little dots on the inside and then the bigger polka dots on the outside. It's not hard to make. It's just a little fiddly when you start putting everything together. But let's just show you how it's done. We'll see if we can do another one. Alright, first you're going to need, and I'll just tell you all the sizes of everything, and that way we'll get that out of the way first. The bottom of the purse, which, as you can see, the bottom is called solid cardstock. So the bottom piece, you will need a 5 by 8 inch piece. So that's this, solid cardstock. And then you will need 2 pieces of the same cardstock. If you want to do them, this is for your handles. So if you want to do your handles the same color like I did, then you'll need 2 pieces that are 1 inch by 11 inches. And I'm pretty sure I cut those off. Let me see. 1 inch. Nope, I didn't cut them off. So I need to cut these off at 11 inches. I knew that they looked a little long. Okay, there we go, 1 inch by 11 inch. And then you're going to need, I think 6 pieces. Yeah, you're going to need 6 pieces that are 3/4 inch wide. And what I did, and you know, there's measurements. Some of them said 3/4 by 11 and 3/4 by 8.5. What I did is I just left mine at 12 inches because what this is going to be is your trim pieces. And the reason I left mine at 12 is because you have to take 2 of them and glue them together like that. Sorry, here we go. We're off camera again. Let me move my camera down. So there we go. You have to take 2 and glue them together like that to go around your purse. And when I did mine, I did it like they said, and I ended up with a couple of seams on different places that I didn't want. So on this one, I'm leaving them at 12 inches. Then I can kind of run it around there and see where I want my seams, and I can always trim off afterwards. So 6 pieces at 3/4 inch by 12. Okay, and you can get all of this out of 1 piece of cardstock. Alright, and then for the body of the purse, or this part, you're going to need a 4.5 inch by 12 piece, and then a 4.5 inch by 7 piece. And that's because you're going to have to glue these together, and going to have to glue these together like this to make sure that you have enough to go all the way around the purse. Okay, and it looks like my cutting was a little bit off. I've got to get a new trimmer. I don't know if it's the trimmer or my eyes. It could be a little both, but I think that'll work. I'm just going to center it up. I'm going to have trim on it anyway. So what we're going to do first is we're going to bring out our scoreboard. We're going to do some scoring. So on this piece, you're going to need to score at 1 inch all the way around. So 1 inch, turn it, 1 inch, turn, 1 inch, turn it, and then 1 inch. So that we've got scores on all 4 sides. So that's what you need on that piece. And now, while I've got my scoreboard out, I'm going to go ahead and do my handles. Now, on your handles, in order to have this wide right here at the bottom and this folded through here, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to put it in your scoreboard and start about at the 1/2 inch mark down on the side, and then the 1/2 inch mark in here, and see if you can kind of fill the groove and put that in there. And then you're going to score down to about 9 inches. Okay, so from about the 1/2 down to the 9, just score that in the center like that, and leave the ends not scored. Let's try that again. Okay, come down about to the 1/2 inch mark here. Try to fill in that groove, that center 1/2 inch. It's a little bit fiddly to find it at first, but when you do, you're okay. Go down to about the 9 inch and stop. Okay, so that's what you do there. Let's put our scoreboard up. And now what you're going to do, and we're going to go ahead and do our handles first. You're going to fold the handles just down to where your scores did that way, just down to there. So just fold both of those just where the score marks are, no further. Now before we go any further, what we're going to do is we're going to round the corners on these. It just makes it look a little better. And it's a whole lot easier to round them now than it is when after you get everything gluing. So just put it in there, and I don't know, depending on what kind of corner rounder you have, mine wants to leave a little tip on it, and I just take my scissors and trim that off. Okay. This is an old corner rounder. I love it, so I won't get another one until this one falls apart. So all day today I have been getting messages on the 10-minute card challenge that I have been roped into. Not really. Tell maybe she roped me into it. No, I volunteered. Well, I didn't volunteer. I was asked, and then I told her yes. But there's been messages floating all day on our message board for that 10-minute card challenge, and I think it's going to be hilarious. I'm going to try to do it on Periscope, and that's going to be funny because I don't do a lot on Periscope anyway. So if you hear my phone going wild, it's still people asking, the different people that are in the challenge asking questions. May's getting bombarded today with questions about the challenge. Bless her heart. But, you know, I'm just going to wing it. If I get it finished and it looks okay, fine. And if I don't get it finished or it doesn't look great, then, you know, I will have done my best. That's all I can do. I'm not very much of a card maker, as you guys know. I don't make a lot of cards. I make other things and scrapbooks and things, but not a lot of cards. But I think it's going to be fun. Georgia is drawing out some templates and diagrams and things for us, and we won't know what that is until 5 minutes before we have to make the cards, so that's going to be interesting. Okay, all I'm doing now is I'm putting some glue just down through the middle, and then I'm gluing these together. You could use double-sided tape if you want. I just like my art glitter glue. It holds very, very well. I just keep pressing along until it catches. It takes it just a second to set up and get tacky, and when it does, it's stuck. Alright, so while that one is drying, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm just going to give this a little bit of a crease just to make it have that rounded part so that I won't have creases in it when and two, it'll help that glue set up. So see, that's all I did right there. It's just with my bone folder. Uh-oh. This one's wanting to be stubborn. Just breaks the fibers down a little bit so that you can maneuver it like you want. And I think I'm going to glue this one down a little bit more. It is not quite far enough down. Our art glitter glue will be back in stock the 1st of next week. So if you want some, if you're out like me, I'm almost out, then we will have it back in stock. Right now, there's still a couple bottles. I put some up for a YouTube teaser that already have the fine tip applicator with them on our .com store. So if you want to get in on that, go over and check that out. I think there's a couple of bottles left, and then those will ship out as soon as they get here Tuesday, I believe she said. But there's a couple of bottles left on that YouTube teaser. It's a very good special. I put them as a bundle. Sorry about all my clanging over here. I'm trying to set my glue down so that it will stay down at the bottom for me. But also, we're having our sale, our Good Friday sale over on the website. So go over there and check that out. If you use the discount code Good Friday, then you will get discounts on all of your purchases today. Alright, I think that will work. That looks good. Alright, so we're going to set those aside and let them dry. Now we're going to go back to the bottom of this. And all we're going to do is on the long side, we're going to cut up on those score marks just to the other score mark right there. Just like that. That's all we're going to do. Right where that score mark is. Okay. And then you can go ahead and fold. Or you could have folded before, I suppose. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to put a little score tape. We're going to flip it over to this will be the bottom side of it. The outside, I should say. And we're going to put a little score tape on these places, these 4 little tabs right here. Okay, peel your backing off. Set that right in the crease of the other, and then bring your side up to where you've got that perfectly aligned at the corners, just like that. Okay, give it a good press. You can go all the way around and do all of those like that. So just bring your corner together so you have a nice sharp corner, because that's what you're looking for. There you go. And now I've got just a little bit of overhang right here, and I'm just going to trim that. It's not that important because this is going to be on the inside, but I am a little bit OCD that way. Okay, so there is the base of our purse. We'll set that aside. Now what we're going to do is take these, and we're going to need to glue these together. And I'm just going to see which way might go best. Either way, you're going to be able to see that it's been glued together. That's not a biggie, but I think that one right there is going to be the least noticeable. Oh my goodness. How in the world did I get red glue? What in the world? That's terrible. I must have set that down in something. Okay, so we're just going to run a little bead of glue there. That's going to be covered up, so I'm not going to worry about it. And then just try to make sure that you get both ends about the same. And I just kind of hold it up to the light, and it, you know, I can tell by that if I've got everything even. And that looks pretty even to me. This side might need to go in just a little. So that is what you do with that. And then I am going to, again, trim just a little right there. So there we go with that. And now all you need to do is I go ahead and kind of pre-fit it so that I can decide where I want my seam to be. And I know I don't want any of my seams to fall in the front, so I'm going to use this for my front side. So if I go this route, start right, sorry about all this noise, guys, I'm sorry. If I start about right here, then that is going to not, you know, my front is going to be solid and all my seams are going to be on the side. So that's where I'm going to start. So what we're going to do, and on this I use score tape because it just grabs quicker. It's easier to use the liquid glue because you have a little time to move things around, but it doesn't grab quick enough, and there's just enough pressure on this at the corners and things that it's just kind of hard to work with. So I'd rather be using liquid glue, believe me. Oh, come on. Doesn't want to cut it. That's some tough stuff. Okay. Make sure that is pressed down really well. Now, I do not take all of it off in the beginning. What I do is I just put it back a little ways, fold it, and then you start right at the edge, just like right there, and you're going to press that down. Just make sure it's good and even. So there is your beginning, and then you're going to just turn your corner, press your corner in a little bit, turn your corner, and there again, just even it up and press it down. And if it's the tiniest bit off, it's not going to matter because we have that yellow at the bottom. So, but just try to get it as straight as possible. You will appreciate it being straight when you get all the way around. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pull it back up toward me just a minute until I get that corner set. And let's see. And then when I get to this point, to me it's easier by laying it down. And let me see. Laying it down and then turning my corner like that. To me it's a little easier that way. But you know, you just have to work out which way is easiest for you. Like I said, it's a little fiddly, but it's not that bad. Not that bad at all. pull that back up? I hope I can. Oh. Okay. I got that a little bit off right there, but I think that will work. And now on this right here, you can close it up with liquid glue or score tape. I'm going to close mine with liquid glue just because I'm going to need to work it around a little bit. If I can get more liquid glue out of here. I think I'm going to need to go to my other bottle. Whoa. Alright, so what I do is just kind of put it down there and work it in the best that you can. The liquid glue also keeps the seam from looking so bold in your face because it seals it down pretty well. And I just press on that side, keep pressing on it a little bit until I think it's down well. And then I am going to, right here again, somehow I got off a little bit, so I'm just going to trim that and make it come out even. No problem. It's probably me, my cutting. So that is the beginning of your little box. And now I'm going to go ahead and change out my glue tips, and I will be right back. We have our glue all changed out. We're ready to go with the trim on here. So all we're going to do is take 2 of those 3/4 inch strips, and we're going to glue those together just by lapping them over, or overlapping them over just a tiny bit, if you can see that. That's all we're going to do. And then I just press it really well. That just helps it along. And now, alright, this is my front. So I know I do not want a seam on my front, or the join place on the front. So what I'm going to do is start it over here, about in the middle. And I think that will work. And on this, I'm definitely going to use my score tape. And there again, you can use liquid glue here, and it gives you a little bit more time to work it out. But with it turning the corners, it's just a little fiddly. So I'm just going to use score tape. If I get it off, I'll just get it off. I'll fix it. That'll be a good opportunity for some bling or something. And again, I'm not going to pull it off all the way. I'm just going to start at having a little bit of the backing pulled off of it, and then just start like that. And then I'm going to turn my corner, pressing it down as I go. All the way around, and then I just keep pulling that backing off as I go. That just seems to make it a little easier for me. I'm so sorry about my phone. I've got it turned off, but it is really pinging today. I've got kids that are out of town, and then I've got all this other stuff that's going on tomorrow, and we have the sale going on, so my phone's going a little crazy. See, it's really not that bad if you just follow it with your fingers and just pull that tape off a little at a time. And then when you get back around to this area, what I do is just decide about how much I want there, and I just want a little bit of overhang. So I trim that off. And then just bring it up there. Whoops. Bring it up there and lay it down. And then I just go around and press on my corners and get those good and sharp. So that is the bottom part of it finished. And now we're going to glue a couple more together. This glue, if you have not used this glue, you've got to use it. It is absolutely the best I have ever seen. It glues really fast. It is not a super wet glue, so it doesn't hurt your projects. It grabs in a hurry. I just love it. It dries clear, so if you get a little bit off, then you don't have to worry about that either. Okay, so there we've got that. And then here again, I'm going to find my front. This is going to be the front, so I do not want a seam there. So I am going to probably start about right there. I'm going to try not to have all my seams in the same place. So let's do some score tape on this. And I'm just using the 1/2 inch score tape, and I'm just putting it right down the center. It doesn't have to be right up to the edge. It's going to stick very well. And I don't think I'll run it all the way this time because I don't want to waste that much score tape. So I think I'm going to stop it right there. You can always add 2. It's a lot easier to add 2 than it is to take off. Alright, so what we're going to do is let's see. This is the front. Alright, I'm going to start about right here. And you're just going to start on your top edge, right at the edge of the purse. Whoops. Do like I said, not like I do. Right at the edge. And then you're just going to follow that around and glue it down. And just keeping it as straight as possible. And I hope you can't hear my stomach. I'm so sorry. My stomach is growling because I'm so hungry right now. I haven't taken time out today to eat. Okay, I'm getting a little bit high there, so I'm going to pull back just a little and angle it down. And then here again, I'm going to, oh, I did good on the glue, on the tape, I mean. I'm going to trim it off about right there. Pull that one off and then press it down. So that is the top side finished. Now all I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue these two together. You don't have to put this inside trim if you don't want to, but I think it makes it look a lot better. I've seen some videos that they had it on there and some that didn't, but I'm going to put it on mine because I think it finishes it off and makes it look a lot better. And I apologize if these last few videos have been kind of long. It's just hard to get everything in just a few minutes. I hope that's okay with you guys. So, alright, what we're going to do on this one, since this is our front, then we don't, when somebody is looking at the front, we don't want a seam back here. So what we're going to do is start over here on the side, and that will pull our seam around here to this side. You see what I'm saying? The seam will end up here, so when you're looking at the purse from the front, it will be okay. So let me answer my husband and tell him yes, I'm videoing. Don't come in. And then we'll put some score tape on here and we'll get going. Anytime you guys have a request for a particular video, just let me know. I have had a request for a few, and I've got them down on my list to do. So if you have a request for a particular video that you would like to see, or something that you would like to see me make, just let me know and I'll try my best to figure out how to do that. I've got some coming up using the punch board. Alright, now on this, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on the inside there, right at the edge, and just start going around. Pulling a little bit back on the score tape as I go. That just makes it so much simpler to me. Okay, we're to this end, so all we're going to do now is just cut straight down and press that in there. And there we go. Now you've got the top all evened out, and that is so cute. Now we're ready to put our handles on and we will be finished. Now on the handles, what I do is I just kind of center it up by looking at my corners down here. So I'm going to put that one about right there, that one about right there, and that will be good. So all I'm going to do is put a little piece of score tape across each one. Go ahead and put it on this. Okay, now putting your handles on, all you need to do is, like I said, just even it up kind of with your corner down here, and then the bottom part of your handle is going to go right there at that trim, just like that, straight up and down, and then just press it down. Okay, and then on this one, the other side, I'm going to kind of do it the same way. So you're just going to look at it, look at your corner, kind of see about where you need it. Press it down. Just like that. So that's one. Ready for the other one. And on the other one, you're just going to kind of center it up according to the one on that side. So looks like that one is about right there, so that's where we're going to put that one. And then, well, can't get it off. This one is about right there, looks like. So put that one up there and press it down. So that is it, all except putting a little bit of bling on there to kind of make it look like that it's some kind of brads or studs that's keeping it together. And let's see what we've got to choose from. Let's see. I think I have 4 little yellow ones, but I don't know that they will show up too good. Well, we got way down at the bottom. Those would probably be really cute. Yeah, let's go with these. They're going to be a little big, but They're really sparkly. I think they'll be cute. They're a little larger than what I would normally do. I think I might just do one since they're kind of large. Just put one right in the center. And if I had enough white, I would just do white, but I've used all my white ones except just a few that are different sizes. So, but I think this is cute. Oops. So that is it. Isn't that cute? And this is the front, so you see I have no seams. And it's very sturdy, so I'll be able to put quite a few things in there. I'm going to put some candies and some little socks for my grands and things like that in there, and I think that is going to be darling. I may even stick a little pair of flip-flops. As my 3-year-old, she calls them flop-flops. I may put her a pair of flop-flops in hers. So that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you give it a try. Remember our challenge. If you do give these a try, please post them on the members room, and you could be entered for a $15 gift card at the end of April. And we will talk to you guys later. Don't forget to watch our challenge tomorrow and go over also and get in on the YouTube teasers and the sale that's going on this weekend on our .com store. I'll put the link right here and it'll also be below. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.